Good coffee mornings, YouTube. My sinuses are really messed up. I can hear it in my voice. This is habitual. I can go back in my videos and see when I've got swelling from sinus stuff. So that's my excuse, sticking to it. Anyway, good coffees. Today's conversation is about engineering design houses. Now, a lot of folks have played with AutoCAD. My last AutoCAD release was 11. I think I was considered an expert in that. And I know I was. So that was a long time ago. And that's not the only CAD package I've been exposed to. So back to engineering. AutoCAD's a tool. Drawing packages, tools, lots of them out there. So engineering, what does that even mean? Well, very basically, there is bodies of knowledge. Okay, we talk about science a lot, but engineering relies on those bodies of knowledge from science in order to do stress analysis on materials to make sure your bridge is going to stand up, that your basement foundation will withstand the seismic activity possible in the area. That's engineering work. That's building codes, the reasons for. So backing up even higher in the food chain, we've got these huge engineering houses. Just like everything else in America, they've been consolidated and accumulated and right-sized and left-sized and adjusted and profitized. And so basically there's not very many of these. These are the people that design dams, the people that design nuclear reactor facilities, the people that design electric power plants, the people that design an oil field, the people that design an automotive manufacturing plant. Huge groups of engineers working together, peer reviews, all that science, all the processes, the methodologies, the tools of science applied by engineers to make a nuclear reactor work. Go back to chemical engineers for fuel content and fuel mix, nuclear engineers, thousands of people using millions of man hours of knowledge that we've put together, we've pieced together. And then in these people's minds, they're aware of these other pieces and the interactions of them and understand if there is there is a relationship in the components, in the elements, in the items. Can we make them faster? Can we make them better? So big engineering houses, who's left out there? I've personally worked with Fleur Daniel, Kerr McGee, Brown and Root. Oh boy, I could, it's freaking name dropping because these are the engineering design blueprints, the little labels down in the corner that says who owns them. So who's major players in this? Well, still, DuPont's huge out there. You don't hear about DuPont. DuPont is the Coke industry's best friends. Brown and Root, Bechtel. These things were all consumed. The oil industry bought a lot of these because nepotism, right? So it's convenient. If you own the whole tower, you own the wealth of the tower. And the shit that trickles down is trickle-down economics, right? So these engineering houses sit out here. My interaction typically was I call a friend up and what's the status on project XYZ? And as soon as that phone rang, the billing started. The phone conversation was a billable element that both he and I kept a record of the conversation, because it was talking about equipment build and actually floor wiring specifications for automatic guided vehicle systems. One instance. Another instance was design specifications for low-level interlock systems for a nuclear processing plant. Uh, DuPont was the prime contractor. I was a subcontractor, 4 steps removed from that project, but working in it. So, yep. These big engineering houses, these big design houses, these are the guys that they also do the environmental impact studies. Uh, so these huge entities out there, we just don't know much about, don't talk much about. They're not something you can blame. They're employers of engineers, and they bring good things to life, right? General Electric. So if you go back and trace these large houses, again, they're tied specifically, the biggest ones are tied to nuclear reactor designs. And there's only 2 or 4 houses out there that really do this work. The foundries that can make the products they need, there's only 6 or 7 foundries across the globe, remember? This is international business. This is the flow of mining materials from South Zimbabwe, wherever the country is, far away, in the ore mines and the heavy equipment and the supply chains to get it to the cans goods on your shelves. So these engineering houses do this type of work. It's systems integration, it's systems design, very specific to build a car. They are not, the goal is to build a car. The goal is not to save the environment. It's not in the return on investment, right? It's not in the tax write-offs. It's profit for short-term reasons. So this engineering thing goes back to standards. They operate under international standards. Standards that they know, if they meet them, that they can compete with that other ultra high purity something company down the street that needs a new Intel chip plant manufactured to build the next generation super wazoos for the ethosphere. The world is becoming more and more engineered. And whether it's a good thing or a bad thing, it's a necessary thing, because to take it away sets us back to the Stone Ages. And frankly, there's not many herders and farmers in that type left that don't expect a tractor to be able to do the work for them. I watch our politics in amazement. It's a disgrace, the people that would support this president and his actions. And underneath all of this is the people paying for this churn, that want this indecisiveness in the general population, this insecurity, that you really don't know what you know. Trust me. Don't trust me. That's why I don't beg for money or I offer opinions. Thank you much, and hope the coffee's hot. I've made, I think, 6 or 7 videos, and I just didn't like them, so I didn't post them and deleted most of them. Need to stick to some science stuff, and even this was too sloppy for my own likes. Peace out. I'll try to get better or worse or